it's not something we want to think about, but experts say just about all of us need some kind of will to protect our family. New parents, homeowners, even people without a lot, and the bank should write out their final wishes. But it doesn't have to involve spending thousands of dollars on an attorney. There are actually plenty of online ways you can create a will or trust that take less than an hour and can cost you as much as $100. But are you getting the same finished product? That is the question. Joining us this morning, the Oracle of Orlando, our good friend Bert from Certified Financial Corp. Great to see you as always.
Good morning, Amy. Good to be here.
Okay, so this is something, again, we don't like to think about it, but we need to. We must.
Yes.
So where do we begin with something
Well, let me preface everything for our viewers to say I'm not an attorney, although I've paid enough in legal fees over the year to qualify to be one, but I'm not an attorney. Yeah, you definitely should have a will, because if you don't have a will, the state of Florida has one for you that'll determine where your assets go. And you see now a lot of these things online, do it yourself.
Right.
And that's fine for a quick, if you're leaving town right away and, oh my gosh, I haven't done anything worth it. It's quick to do it that way, but it really shouldn't be the end-all, be-all, because you don't know how well that's been done until it comes time to use it. It's like the fire extinguisher, you think you recharge the thing the right way and you're ready to use it and the fire comes up. I did it wrong and it's too late to fix it.
Okay, so you have a checklist that you want us to go through before we start this process. Okay, so let's start with number one. Calculate your assets.
Well, you need to know what you own. And what you own is what's going to pass on to your survivors. Now, the thing that people need to know is that if you have jointly owned property, it's automatically going to go to the survivor. It's things you have in your name alone. Your IRA, your 401k, insurance policies, all that are going to pass by beneficiary, and jointly owned property is going to pass to the survivor is the things that you own in your name alone. So if you're single, definitely a will is really important.
Okay, that's good to know. Number two on your list, pick your heirs.
Well, who do you want to get the stuff, and when do you want to get them? Now, if you've got a complicated situation where you have young kids or grandchildren you want to leave it to, maybe too young, then you want to go beyond a will and have a trust done, and you can control giving that money beyond the grave. That's what the trust is for.
Okay, number three on the list, select witnesses and an executor.
Or an executor, too.
An executor would be really bad.
That'll accelerate the need for the will.
An executor.
Executor or executrix, if you're a woman. That's right. Yeah, that's who's really going to take charge, or that's who's really going to take charge when you're gone. Who's going to be sure that things are handled the right way. And you probably should have it notarized, just to be sure.
Okay, last but not least, put your will in a safe place. Is that like a safe deposit box?
Put it in a safe place, but you have to let people know where it is. And if you put it in a safe deposit box that only you have access to, it doesn't work. So keep copies around, let people know where it is, your loved ones and so on and so forth. And that's the way it is. I'll tell you quick. You have time for a quick story?
Oh, sure. Tell me.
About 25 years ago, my wife and I did our estate planning, and at that time, my 5-year-old son knew we had done it. So one night he comes into the bedroom.
Yeah.
Can I see the will? and he's on the floor reading that.
And he's 5.
Yeah, he's 5. He's 5. He works with me now, so it tells you where his mindset was.
I like his style. I like his style. All right, an executor.
An executor.
An executor. Right. I'm going to get that pronunciation right. I promise. Bert, always a pleasure.
Good to see you,
Certified Financial Group. Thanks so much. All right, we've got a couple more little tips for you here. Here are some of these websites that we were talking about. As Joe said, this is something maybe you want to use last minute. You're running out of town. You're going to be gone for a while. LegalZoom.com. You can actually create a will there starting at $80. LegacyWriter.com starts at about $50, and BuildAWill.com can get you started for just $25. But again, Joe says, best advice, do hire an attorney.